Well, here it is, our B trivia, 336-6200, if you think you know who this Sarnia Ranson B is. If you do, you'll receive a free month ESN, and it's the first correct caller. A clue might give it away. He's a veteran, and he's big.
Well, that really helps.
It does.
Okay. So the Bees now about to amass on their 5th power play. Now Harlock over to McCauley. McCauley now. Grassi and McNair up front killing it off for St. Mike. Now Stepanovic over to Schelling. Schelling now. A hit for Stepanovic once again into the center ice area. Adams, but he's offside. And there we talked about some of the St. Mike buzzers who are going to off to school. One of the famous, I guess, buzzers coming to mind, Sean Burke of the New Jersey Devils.
There's several,
but that's
another one that's obviously Paul Gillis.
Paul Gillis?
Of the Quebec Nordiques, outstanding hockey player. I grew up with Paul Gillis playing baseball with him, and that guy is 100% determination and effort every night.
And that's rattled back into the center ice area. Schelling over to Stepanovic. Stepanovic, there's a shot. Libertucci makes the save. Coleman hustles in for the rebound. Back to Schelling. Schelling across to Stepanovic on this side. Stepanovic now. In front of Coleman. And that just went wide. Now that was close. And down the ice it goes.
He's working their power play to perfection there. Jamie Stepanovic finding Rusty Coleman. His shot just goes wide of Libertucci.
Now Schelling to Gardner. Gardner up over the center ice area. Shooting an index. Adams to Coleman. There's Gardner the rebound. A shot. Libertucci deflects that into the corner. He's looking very good again on this power play. Getting the chances. Now Schelling. Let's see what he does it. Over to Coleman. Coleman. He tries to get it in front. Knocked down. Now Schelling. Over to Stepanovic. Stepanovic gets it to Schelling. The two lets it go. Sprawling in front was Grassi. There's a pass in front to Adams. Now Stepanovic a shot. That just went wide. 40 seconds left. Now Schelling into Coleman. Off his stick into the corner for Adams. Being chased there by McCauley, who broke his stick. Now back on the other side. Adams, McCauley sprawling. And he gets the whistle. Crowd calling for a penalty, but I'm not sure what's going to happen.
That's where a penalty should definitely be called. McCauley obviously out of the play with a broken stick. Just falls on the puck, forcing the face-off, and that has happened several times over the course of these playoffs, and I cannot understand why the officials have not called the delay of game yet.
Nice, we couldn't agree with more, sir. That's the ideal spot.
One upset D. Terry Adams, the pass was made to him, and he ended up losing the puck.
So 30 seconds left on this power play. Face-off will be to the right of Angelo Libertucci. Lindros on this face-off with Gary Simon. Simon, Rand, and Campbell, Byers, and Wilson. Now Rand controls the face-off, gets it back to Wilson. Into Simon, bouncing puck. Now Baxter tries to get it out, can't. Golf and finally down the ice as Byers chasing it down with only 15 seconds left in the power play. Time for one more rush. Now Byers, a steal there by Lindros, and Walling had to be careful there.
And when you lose the puck or cough it up, you don't want to cough it up to number 8, Eric Lindros. Fortunately, the puck rolled into Brett Walling. He smothered it, forced the face-off.
No, Stepanovic did that once in the first period, and it cost him. Face-off now to the right of Walling.
Game 1 tonight, Game 2 back in Toronto at St. Mike, 7:45 Sunday night, April 9th.
Now Simon's on his face-off with Dexter. Dexter on his hands and knees fighting for that puck. And down the center ice area goes. Stepanovic now, so the Bees up empty again. Now Stepanovic has it. Off the boards for Campbell. Campbell can't control it, and Katsopoulos picks it up. Katsopoulos to Dexter. Rand coming back the other way now for Campbell. Campbell having a little difficulty with it. Rand moving up. Nice, there's a pass. He tried to muscle break for it. Now Campbell keeps it in. Simons now to Rand. Rand in front, but nobody there except for Jones who picked it up. Jones over on the other side for Katsopoulos. Katsopoulos to Dexter. Dexter to the center ice area. Knocked off the feet by Campbell. Katsopoulos follows up. Katsopoulos. And he's knocked off the feet by Dixon on a good open ice check. Now Dexter again. Katsopoulos chasing it behind the net with Dixon. Pass in front for Jones. Nowhere near him. The Bees coming back. Rand to Campbell. Campbell now. Over the line. He's been out of the play. Coleman follows up and lost the puck. Jones comes there. Here comes McGuire now. McGuire one-on-one with Schelling, and a good poke check there by Rich Schelling. And he's taken out by McGuire. Now Francois Michaud. Tried that long pass for Seth Boone, and it's broken up. Back into the Sarnia zone for Dixon. Dixon over to Schelling. Schelling back to Dixon. Being watched there by McGuire. McGuire, Lacroix, and Lindros, the forward line out there for Toronto. Now Lindros back to Lacroix in behind him and back for Harlock. Harlock now shooting it back into the B zone. Lacroix to Lindros, a shot just wide. And it's finally out. Here comes Rusty Coleman. Coleman now with McGuire trying to get by McCauley. He's taken out of the play. Harlock 15 in behind the net with Michaud. There's a pass in front for Schelling, a shot. And Libertucci makes the save. And Bonovich keeping it in. Goes into the corner. Schelling is cut in deep. Now Coleman can't get it out. McGuire now for St. Mike's up to Lindros. And is broken up there by Bonovich. Now Harlock getting it back in. Schelling over to Bonovich. Bonovich now moving it up over the center ice area. Pass in front for cross out of the Michaud. Now it's Brate. Gets it out into the center ice zone. Jackson to Bonovich. Bonovich shooting it right back in again. And Brate will pick it up. Number 28, Matt Brate. To Pat Rogers. That didn't get anywhere. Tried to shoot it back in again. Gugash. He's Gugash now over the line. Back into the center ice area. Brate. And it's broken up by Gardner. Gardner and Adams. Pass across to Adams. And he's taken out by Rogers. And he had his stick lifted at the last minute. Now to Bonovich. Back into the zone. Into Adams. Adams now across for Prudhomme to Gardner. Gardner pass across. Adams was turned the wrong way. Now Adams back to Jackson. It's shut down by Gugash.
I'll tell you, Doug, the Bees really have opened it up, and they've responded well after being down by 3.
Now Gardner shooting it back in again. And it'd be nice to get a goal here before the period ends to make it even closer. Now Prudhomme back to Jackson. He winds with a shot. Tipped wide by Adams. Adams doing a lot of work in front of that net, trying to tip those pucks in. Now Bonovich. Bonovich, a shot. That went wide. Adams again picked it off. The Bees are pressing. Law takes his man out. Now here comes Gugash back the other way. Steve Gugash down the left side. Ahead for Rogers. Is nowhere near him. Under 4.5 minutes remaining now in the second period. Bees fail by a pair. Now Rogers back to Law. There's a shot, and Walling tips that aside. Rogers behind the net. Being knocked down by Jackson, and they get a whistle.
You can hear the fans certainly appreciated that spurt of action. Some great hockey. Some of the best hockey you'll find anywhere.
And you're absolutely right, Terry. The Bees have opened it up, and that kind of pressure is going to pay off in the goal sooner or later. But they got to keep in mind, don't get caught as well.
That's right. You can when you play that way, you can very easily forget about playing the game in your own end of the rink and get scored upon in a matter of a minute. It often happens that way. A great chance at one end of the rink, you come back the other end and you get scored upon.
Now McNair, Grossi, and back to the forward line for St. Mike with McCauley and Harlock. There's Harlock back there, number 15. Shooting into the B zone. Grossi being all tied up in front by Byers. McNair behind the net. McNair and Wilson. Now Grossi. Going to get back to Harlock. Harlock and Grossi's knocked down. There's Scott McNair behind the net. McNair. And it's tipped out. Nicely there by Rand. Now Wilson has it. Wilson, he'll come up the other side. Pass up through the middle. Nobody there to get that pass. That's going to be icing.
It's been a pretty good quick period due to very few face-offs. There's some of our fans in attendance at tonight's game, some Bees supporters right behind that Bees sign. And a man who's had some good chances tonight, Ian Rand for the Bees. Look for him to find the twine sooner or later in this series. course, he scored the game-winning goal in Game 6 against Waterloo.
Now Scott McNair once again on the faceoff. Vito Garcia on the right side and number 24, Brad Baxter on the left. Wes McCauley and number 15, Dave Harlock, out there on the bench for St. Mike. Now a little extra pushing and shoving going on before this faceoff. McNair and Rand are going to take it if we can ever get underway here, as I believe that Simon's over there. No, that's Schelling. Now it's underway. Schelling picks it up. Schelling now. Wheels out through center right there, bringing Rand. Rand over the line. Trying to get by Harlock. Does. Scoops it in front, but Schelling is knocked down. Now Dixon moving out. There's a shot high. Look out. And another souvenir puck.
Good work by Gary Simons to take out Tito Grossi, forcing the puck to John Dixon. Dixon getting the shot away, however, deflected up over the glass behind the Bertucci, giving a fan at tonight's game, Sarnia Ranson the puck. There you see the score, 4-2.
Now
to go in a second.
Sorry, Terry pair of 19s on this faceoff. Now Schelling, there's a shot, just wide. That just missed by an eyelash.
Great shot by Schelling, real low and to the far side, just missed the corner.
Now Jones takes his man out. That's Dixon. Jones running forward behind the net. Cummings picks it up. Jeff Cummings over to now Ref Rule down the left side, coming up to under 3 minutes remaining in the second period. Jeff Cummings over the line again. A much improved second period for the Ranson Bees. And Cummings is knocked down in front by Brate. No penalty call. The fans looking for one. Now Clee fighting forward along the boards with Dexter. Comes up the center ice area. Schelling right back in again. The Bees to the zone. Penalty coming up to St. Mike. Jones, Terry, I do believe.
Brad Jones will go off for high sticking. Jones for high sticking at 17-12. He gets the honor of sitting in his sin bin for a couple of minutes.
So the Bees, once again on the power play, they're sixth of the evening. And we have Lindros, Rary, let's see, 28 Brate, and number 4, Ken Clee, filling it off for St. Mike. Simons, Campbell, and Rand out there for this power play for the Bees with Stefanovic on the right side, Wilson on the left point. Now Brate. Campbell in behind the net. It's great for the Bees to get a goal here, going back into the second intermission, only one goal down. Now Stefanovic. Back into Simons, in front to Campbell. He just tipped that one wide. Now Rand picking it up. Ian Rand gets it back to Wilson. Moving into the center of the ice. There he is, the shot. Campbell standing in front. And Lou Bertossi, I think, lost sight of that, but made the save.
Puck was laying on the ice right in front of Libertucci, and Rand had a whack at it. Whacked it right between his legs. Libertucci shut the door, closing the pads, forcing the face-off to his right. Libertucci impressive tonight, particularly with his own stick, making two great poke checks. One in particular on Terry Adams in the first period when Adams was in all alone on a breakaway. The old Johnny Bauer poke check foiled him.
Yeah, he perfected that, didn't he?
Sure did.
Now Simon gets the draw. McCauley picking up. McCauley takes a bump from Campbell. Now ran into the corner with Lindros. McCauley picking it up. Let's see what he does with it. Finds an opening. Down the ice it goes right on, and Walling's got to make the save. Walling into the game at the 1:26 mark of the second period. Now Wilson. Round right wing pass for Simon, and cut back in by Harlock. 2 minutes remaining in the second period. Now Wilson over to Simon, and it's back for Lindros. Lindros now killing some time. Back to McCauley. McCauley winds up and shoots at the length of the ice. 59 seconds left in the penalty, a minute 44 in the period. Now Stefanovic over on this side for Simon. Simon's now in Campbell. Simon drops it for Rand, a shot, just right there. Simon's a rebound, and that just went wide. And I think Libertucci got a piece of that with his stick. Stefanovic tries to keep it in and can't. Now Stefanovic, and Rary fighting for along the board. Campbell now to Wilson, a minute and a half remaining. Wilson, there's a shot, and Libertucci makes the save, and he'll hang on for a face-off. But a much better second period, as I mentioned, for the Bees this period, scoring once and allowing St. Mike's not to score. The only goal, I stand corrected, St. Mike's has a goal. They scored early, so it's a goal apiece. Dugas scored, and then Campbell to make it 4-2. Face-off now to the left of Angelo Libertucci. Scott McNair and Dan Gardner. McNair on the right, Gardner on the left of your screen, and you also see your score. Now Dixon gets it in for Gardner, and he's intercepted by Klee, and goes just over the glass behind the St. Mike's bench, and we'll have another whistle. A minute 12 gone, or should I say remaining in this second period. Face-off now to the right of Libertucci. Now let's see Gardner and McNair once again. Gardner gets the draw cleanly, back to Schelling. Into Coleman. Coleman back to Schelling. Back into Coleman, gets it across to Adams, across to Gardner, a shot! Nowhere near the net there as it just went wide. Good position though by Gardner. Here he is again. What time's it? Rebound! Power play, and it's 4-3. And here's that goal we were talking about. The goal coming near the end of the period. Harry Adams, Gardner will throw one assist. Goal coming at 19:05. That makes up for they scored a late goal against them at 19:05. Now what? Right there, underneath the crossbar. And a fine goal. And Sarnia now cuts the lead to 4-3. Their second power play goal of the night. Adams on the ball. And Rusty Coleman draw the helpers. At 19:05, so it's now St. Mike's 4. Sarnia Ranson Bees 3. Here comes Eric Linders back. Linders drops to McGuire. So McGuire now into the corner. Back into Dugas, and a penalty coming up now to the Ranson Bees. Prudhomme is going off. And something they didn't want was a late penalty as they got in the first period. Prudhomme going off for Slash. At 19:25. So now we'll have Gardner, Adams, Jovanovic, and Wilson showing off. So now Gardner comes off, or Adams comes off rather, and Skater comes on. There's your time remaining, 35 seconds, and the score, 4-3. The Jets being St. Mike's buzzers. Lindrith, Dugas, Rossi, McCauley, and Harlock out there for St. Mike. Lindrith gets the draw back to McCauley into Dugas. Dugas in front of Lindrith. A shot and score! And that didn't take very long. Walling claiming that somebody was in the crease, but that will not be the case. And the Bees now trail by 2 goals again. In fact, that took only 6 seconds off the clock. St. Mike's third power play of the night in 4 chances. And all the goals this period, all 4 have been power play goals. Here comes. So Dugas and McCauley on the assist there at 19:31. And the Bees find themselves trailing by 2 once again. Now Campbell gets it into the zone. Over to Rand, nowhere near him. Oh, the Bees get a late goal, but then they give up one. Something I'm sure they didn't want to see happen. 8 seconds left in the period. Each team scoring twice in this period, so the differential remains the same, 2 goals. 3 seconds left. Goals by Cleves and Lindros for St. Mike in this period. Campbell and Adams for the Bees, all on the power play. Now Walling is out of the net. 3 seconds left. And a good move with that 6th attacker. Now let's see what happens. This face-off between McNair and Simon. And that'll do it as the period comes to an end. Each team scoring twice. And each goal coming on the power play. Cleves at 126, Campbell at 301. Here comes the shot. So he's out shooting St. Mike's 15-5. Cleves and Campbell making it 3-2, and then Adams making it 4-3 on the power play, and Lindros just completed the scoring to make it 5-3 for the St. Mike's Buzzards. 15-5 in favor of Sarnia in that period, 26-12 overall. So the score at the end of 2 periods here, it's game 1. The St. Mike's Buzzards 5, the Sarnia Ranson Bees 3, and we'll be back after this brief timeout with our second intermission.
Community TV6 coverage of the Sarnia Ranson Bees hockey game is being made possible through funding by Ranson Industrial and Safety Supply Limited, 1166 Michener Road, Sarnia.
Guesting with us now in the second intermission is Bees number 1 goalie Greg Stock. Greg, you started the game tonight, left with the score 4-1. Reason for your departure?
I don't think I was playing too well. Robbie, I think, noticed that you can't mess around in playoffs. Give Dave a chance in there. He's playing well right now. Keep him in. We pull this out, I think he'll probably go with Dave the next game.
And the last time, though, that you were pulled, it was in the Windsor series. You came back with a big game.
Yeah. Any goalie's going to bounce back. If you're not going to bounce back, you're not much of a goalie.
How do you assess this team, St. Mike's, and how do they compare against Waterloo?
They're a good skating team, just like Waterloo. They don't hit as hard. We weren't into the game in the first period. It was a pretty disgusting first period, actually.
You've been in this league now. This is your 4th year. What do you think of number 8, Eric Lindros? Of course, a lot of fanfare, as I said earlier, goes with the name Lindros.
He's a good young hockey player. I guess he's touted as one of the number 1 picks in the OHL draft. I don't know if he's going to go the scholarship route or not. He's a good hockey player. We're going to have to keep an eye on him. He beat me right out of my shorts in the first period.
Seems in that second period, though, you guys had a much better period, and it seemed like the play was in the St. Mike's end of the rink most of that period.
Yeah, they came out. Robbie sort of went a little bit nuts in the dressing room, deservedly. He shook the team up a little bit. We need a coach to do that once in a while, and we deserved it. And it seemed to work a little bit.
Well, Greg, thanks a lot for guessing with us, and good luck throughout the series. I'm sure we'll see you back here game 2.
I hope so.
When we come back, an interview with Jerry Ribble of the London Knights. 2 periods of play. The St. Michael's Buzzers lead the Sarnia Ranson Bees 5-3. Shots on goal in the second period, believe it or not, 15-5 in favor of the Bees. Guesting with us right now is London Knight Jerry Ribble, of course, a former Sarnia Ranson Bee. What do you think of the game tonight so far, Jerry?
I think it's been a wide-open game. I thought maybe the St. Mike's would take it to them after the first period. Sarnia's battled back, and I hope they pull out a win.
I've asked a few other guys that have appeared on this telecast about the difference between Major A and Junior B. What do you think?
I think Major A is a lot faster. People might disagree on that, but I think it is. And passing's on. Everything's just a little more precise than Junior B.
You're right now embattled in a playoff series against the North Bay Centennials, up 3-2. I guess you head to North Bay for Game 6?
Yeah, Sunday afternoon in North Bay, so catch the bus tomorrow morning. Hopefully we can pull it out in North Bay. It's been a home series so far. Hopefully we can pull one out.
Talking to you off camera, you had stated that you guys actually think you're headed to the Memorial Cup.
We really hope so. We think we can pass North Bay. We really have a good shot at Niagara Falls, and then hopefully Peterborough or Cornwall or Ottawa, and hopefully make a plunge for the Memorial Cup.
Obviously happy with the team's performance so far. How about your own performance?
I think it's been a pretty good year, rookie year. Can't expect a lot, but I've had a few injuries, battled back. I think I've had a half-decent year.
Again, I've asked everybody else this question. What do you think of number 8, Eric Lindros?
I think he's a pretty smooth player. Reminds me of Mario Lemieux. I just hope he doesn't come to the OHL next year.
Thanks a lot, Jerry. Good luck in Game 6 in North Bay. When we come back, the play-by-play of Period 3 of this OHA Junior B semifinal series between the St. Michael's Buzzers and the hometown Sarnia Ranson Bees.
Community TV6 coverage of the Sarnia Ranson Bees hockey games is being made possible through funding by Ranson Industrial and Safety Supply Limited, 1166 Michener Road, Sarnia.
St. Michael's Buzzers make their way onto the ice to get ready for this, the third period, the final period of regulation play. Just taking a look at the scoring of the second period. Opening up the scoring was Ken Klee of St. Mike's at the 126 mark on the power play. Assisting on his goal was Lugas, Steve Lugas, that is. Then Randy Campbell scored. Gary Simon, Dean Rand assisting at the 3:01 mark, that goal on the power play. And then Kerry Adams scored, narrowing the gap to just one, as it would have been 4-3 at the end of the period if the Bees could have just held on a little longer. They would have had an investment with probably a different frame of mind coming out for this third period. Assisting on Adams' goal, Danny Gardner, Rusty Coleman at 19:05, again on the power play. But just seconds later, Eric Lindros scored his second of the night on the power play at 19:31. Craig Prudhomme off for slashing. Shots on goal in the second period. Sarnia 15, St. Mike's 5. 5-3 game. St. Mike's out on the ice. There you can see the officials trying to get the Bees to make their way. And here they come. Five-3 game, Doug Reynolds, but could be a lot closer, probably should be a lot closer. The Bees certainly held to play that second period.
Well, there's no question, Terry. You hit it 4-3 if they could have only held off Lindros. They got that late goal, you say, at 19:05, and then gave up one. And you don't want to do it. But, hey, going down by 2, anything can happen in the next 20 minutes.
And they've been down by 2 before, and they've come back. So there's no reason they can't come back now.
No reason to panic. Just collect your thoughts. Now Holberg coming to center ice to draw these teams for the third period of play. Steve Lugas coming to center ice along with Jerry Simon. Toronto St. Mike's Buzzers in their two-tone blue, and the Bees, of course, in their home white. The next two games, as Terry mentioned, will be in St. Michael's Arena in Toronto, and the Bees will have to at least steal one down there. Terry win the series, and maybe 2. Now Dixon in behind the net for Schelling. Pass and touch for Lugas in front to Rary, and that's a flex off somebody, and down the ice comes Randy Campbell. Campbell, who's got 2 goals tonight for the Ranson Bees. Now back the other way comes Rogers. He's taken up by Schelling. Lugas follows up. Lugas now. He's got Rary, and he's knocked down by Dixon. As they had Rary in front. Now Pat Rogers in behind the net. Campbell picking it up. Randy Campbell to Ian Rand. Picked off again by Rary. Now down the ice again. Rand into the center ice area. over the St. Mike's line, tries to get through the fence, and just about did as Harlock just got his skate on it and kicked it away. Now Campbell back in behind the net for Rand. Rand in behind now for Simons, playing behind the St. Mike's. Now there's a pass in front, and Campbell just missed getting a hat trick. Now Dixon keeping it in, good move there, moves across on the other side of the net. Back to Schelling, he'll shoot it, tried to get in the corner, and St. Mike's back now. Grugac, number 14, down the left side. Long shot, Wally makes the save there. Now McGuire as nobody picked up the rebound, and it's rattled off the back glass. Little lax there on the defense as they let the rebound come right up to McGuire. Now Linda, he's got 2 goals tonight. They tried the wraparound, nobody there to get that one. Now Campbell and McGuire tried to puck up in the corner and then get a face-off. But there, as I mentioned, a little lapse in the B's defense, and McGuire was right in.
Both Don Dixon and Rich Selling just skated by the puck and then stopped and looked at it. McGuire coming in into the B zone, just jumping off the boards, off the bench side. He's had a good chance, but was unable to hit the net with his shot.
As he panned down the Ranson B's bench. Face to the left of Britt Walling. Now Lacroix getting it into Lindros off his stick. He takes a bump from Debonovic. Now Gardner around to Prudhomme. Great keeps him. Great, there's a shot just wide. And I'm not sure whether Walling got a piece of that or not. Now Lacroix into the corner, number 26. Pass intended in the front for McGuire. Now Great. And he can't control the pass. The Bees tried to get it out. And McGuire now Prudhomme finally does. To Gardner. Gardner now into the St. Mike's zone. And he's all tied up by Great. Now Lacroix picks the puck up. Lacroix given a bump by Prudhomme. Now McGuire, and he's ridden out of the play by Adams, and Gardner shooting right back into the buzzer zone. Now Ken Clee, number 4, turning in behind the net. He'll come out the same side. Over to Lacroix. Lacroix, a long left wing pass for Lindros. Lindros now. Can't control the play, and now Jackson. Pass to Gardner. Right back in again. It seems now, at least St. Mike's making changes now. Now the Bees decide very well. Now Ken Clee being chased back there by Adams. Adams. Now comes up the center ice. Debonovic right back in again. Leversucci decides to leave it. McCauley now up to Lacroix. Lacroix pass for McNair. Nowhere near him. Back into the St. Mike's zone. Ken Clee, number 4. Over to McCauley, up the board to Baxter. Baxter now being taken out of play by Debonovic. Lacroix coming in looking for a whistle, and they get it. And a little extra quicker going on.
Number 2, Davey Debonovic right in the middle of things. As is Gary Cater.
And we'll see if penalty's going to be called. Doesn't look like it.
Hoberg let him go the last time something like this happened earlier in the game, and we mentioned that we thought that was a good decision on his part, and I have to agree with him here again.
Joel Coleman now going to take this face off. Let's see, with number 11, Scott McNair, the team captain of this hockey club. St. Mike's Buzzers. Now Coleman controls it, makes a good move there. McCauley but then loses it. Now Cater into the corner, being taken out of the play. Now McNair for McCauley over to Grossi. You know, Grossi just dumps it into the center ice area. Murray fires right back in again, but Law intercepts. Pass in center for Baxter, nowhere near him, and Wilson moves it back the other way. Wilson across to Byers to Rafool. And it's picked off by Law. Now Byers should get back in. Liberducci stops it and leaves it for McCauley. What's McCauley now? Goff trying to get this breakout going. Up the boards, intercepted by Cater. Now Coleman tries to dump it in front, and then he couldn't get it across the Rafool. It's broken up by Grossi and into the stands.
Well, almost a great chance there. Sam Rafool wide open to the right of Libertucci, but Coleman was unable to get the pass over to Rafool. And some of the Bees fans here at the arena tonight.
Dave
Shipman down there at the end with some of his fellow Bees supporters.
Another full house. Simon's on this face-off now with that's Dexter, number 19. Now Harlock, being all tied up down there. Now Campbell. Gets it back to Wilson. Wilson, a shot way wide. Fires decide to pinch in. Now Ken Clee, number 4, moving the puck out, looking for Kostopoulos. Moves it up into the B zone. Wilson across to Byers. There's Ian Rand, and the pass just straight up the clip. So Rand catches up to it. Rand trying to get by Harlot, and Liberducci plays it up the boards. Back into the center ice area. Wilson shooting it in. Now Clee, and a bad pass, a shot by Simons, and Clee just did get back to block it on a straight pass. Now Harlot back into the corner, being chased there by Campbell. Harlot, now Rand comes up with it. Rand with Dexter in front, now Campbell in behind the net. Campbell fires as pinched in. Rand tries to jam it in, and Liberducci makes the save.
Rand trying a quick shot coming from behind the net. Either trying to stuff it or find the 5-hole on Liberducci, but Liberducci equal to the pass, working the face-off to his right. It's about 5 minutes gone here in the third period. 2-goal game at this point with St. Mike's up ahead.
Now Gardner on this face-off with Steve Gugash, number 14. Gardner, of course, wearing sweater 16. Gardner gets the draw. Schelling, there's a shot just wide. Now Rary gets it to center ice. Rary picks it up again. Schelling now. Schelling dumps it out to center ice with Adams. Adams down the left side trying to get by Law. Makes a little spinorama there. Gets it back to Dixon. Nice play to keep it in. There's a shot. Rattled off Rary. And it's kept in. No, it's not kept in. It's slid out, and offside was Gardner.
That's about the third time tonight that Sarnia defensemen have wound up and take the shot just inside the blue line when they can see that one of the St. Michael's players is going down to block the shot. That's when you got to hold up, take that second to think about it, look, and move around that forward or defenseman, whoever it might be, coming out to block the shot. And then all of a sudden you've got a St. Michael's player out of the play and an open man somewhere, and probably even a better chance at a shot on net.
Now we have Lindros, Lacroix, and number 22 out there is Paul McGuire for St. Mike's on the forward line. He's counter with Adams, Gardner, and Prudhomme. Now Schelling has the beast through the zone, so he'll shoot it in. Now Law, number 27 on the defense with number 28. Great, and he's taken out of play by Prudhomme. Now Dixon to Gardner. Two buzzers collide at center ice. Now Brate, number 28. Matt Brate over the line, gets it to McGuire, and it's intercepted by Adams down to Prudhomme. Prudhomme now, and Gardner. Over to Gardner. Gardner, a good poke check there by Brate. Schelling taken out of the play. Now Dixon shooting it back in. Offside, the Bees clear the zone. The play goes right on, and the Bees are making changes now. Gardner dumps it back into the zone. Brate going after number 28. He's show his first shift of the period. Now Coleman into the shore in front, and another poke check by Liberducci. There's a one up the goalpost. Coleman again, and the Bees come close twice, and they come up empty. Now Lindros down the ice. He's taken off the play by Jackson. Now Baxter intercepts into Dino Grassi. Back to Baxter, number 24. Baxter over on the side, right in front of the net. Walling the save. Grassi in front. He's knocked down. Coleman tries to control the puck. He'll just shoot it around, picked up by Wes McCauley. Now Deponovich behind the net. He's met back there by Grassi, and finally Jackson just comes up with a puck. Jackson down the left side, the ref fool into Michaud, and as the pass was behind him. Now Liberducci decides to hold the puck. And sticks up high again, and we'll see if something's going to be called this time.
Oh, I would think Holberg will call a couple penalties this time. One particularly to Sam Rafoul, as punches were thrown. Looks like it'll be Grassi and Rafoul. 50-50 tonight, worth $829. 389-795, the winning number. Bear with me as I check to see if I'm a rich man.
Does Terry have it?
And guess what?
You don't have it.
Got to let Greg, supervisor of tonight's game, back in the truck, know that we are, believe it or not, Greg, not $800 richer again tonight.
The Rafoul and Grassi go off. So much a minor penalty. Deponovich now tries to keep it in. Down the ice it comes. And it's going to be icing as Jackson goes back after it, and we'll slow it down.
Raful and Grossi at 6:49 each for roughing. Faceoff comes back into the St. Michael's end of the rink to the left of Bertolucci.
As we look at the St. Michael's Buzzards bench,
Libertucci. Bertolucci. There's a Bertolucci somewhere. I know that name.
Now a little premature there move by Rary, so we'll have to do it again. Simon and Glugosh on this faceoff. Simons wins it, gets it back to the bottom. There's a shot. That's saved there by Libertucci. Simons behind the net with that rebound. He's taken up by Harlock. Now Devanovic pinching in, keeping it in net, and knocks Rary for a sail. There's a pass in front, the rebound, and in behind it again. Libertucci with that stick. Pokes the puck away. The Bees can't buy a goal right now.
But they're definitely getting the chance.
They are definitely getting the chances. And Devanovic now turning in his own zone. Swings the pass over on the left side to Campbell, and it goes icing as he couldn't quite get it. But what a chance there. And again, Terry, Libertucci with that poke check.
He makes the post check, but the thing that is interesting, and I think sooner or later it's going to backfire, is he's going to come out, make the post check, and get beat. And then all of a sudden, the Bees have an empty cage. It happened there a couple times. However, he was successful in making the post check. Sooner or later, he's going to come out. He won't be, and it'll be like putting the puck into an ocean for the Bees.
Now we have Dexter Katsopoulos, number 9, Dexter 19, Jones number 7 out there with Great 28, and Law 27 out there for St. Mike. Dexter loses the draw. Wilson now over on the other side. Jones almost comes over to cut it off. Jones into the corner for Dexter. Back now Adams intercepts, tries to find an opening. Dexter now, and finally Wilson coming out with Prudhomme. Prudhomme now dumps it to Gardner over his stick, and Jones comes back the other way. Jones. There's a shot right through the legs of Byers and almost deflected in behind Walling. Now Law with a shot. Walling makes the save there. Here comes Terry Adams up over center ice. Adams into the Toronto zone. He's taking over. There's a pass to Gardner. And again, Libertucci with that butterfly style makes the save.
Although Libertucci did make the save and was able to close the legs on Gardner, Gardner didn't get very much on that shot. He was being checked at the time and was just pretty much able to just get wood on it, period. Face off as a result to the left of Libertucci.
And in case you missed it, the Bees do not have the home ice advantage in this series. The next 2 games will be in Toronto at the St. Michael's Arena. Check that. That's Sunday night and Wednesday night. Back here on the 14th, a week from tonight. There's a penalty coming up to Prudhomme as he knocks Lee down, and he'll be going off for tripping. A rather innocent call, Terry, but nevertheless.
Prudhomme for tripping at 8:12 of this, the third period. A chance for St. Mike's to pretty much put this game out of reach.
And of the 4 power play chances for St. Mike's tonight, they've connected 3 times. So again, Terry, penalties have been the enemy of the Bees. 5-3 for the St. Mike's Buzzers. Face off outside the line. Gardner and Kaner coming off this penalty with Wilson and Byers. Lindros, Glugosh, and Grossi up front. Lee and number 15 out there is Harlock. Now Lindros over the Bees line. Looking for the hat trick. He's already, of course, has 2. And down the center ice now Harlock has it. David Harlock turning over to Grossi. Grossi, he's taken out by Cater. Wilson has the puck. Brad Wilson. And down the ice it goes.
That last rush, you saw Lindros bring the puck up the ice for St. Mike's. The players on the St. Mike's bench were saying, let's go, Eric, let's go. Take it all the way.
That's right. Now Glugosh back to Harlock. Harlock now to Eric Lindros. Lindros, and he gets by Rand down the right side now. Nice pass to Glugosh. A shot right on. Walling say Glugosh again. The rebound. Lindros right there, but Walling stops him. And he stops Glugosh right in close as well.
2 great stops by Britt Walling. That's what you need. You need the good goaltending at the time. What most important, keep you in the game.
Face-off will be to the left of Britt Walling. He came in the second period. At 1:26 of the second period. Coleman on this face-off with Lugas. And I'm not sure who's taking the timeout. St. Mike's is taking the timeout. With 10:57 remaining.
Interesting call, like you said. Still half a period to go. St. Mike's are on the power play. They take the timeout. Two ways of looking at it. It gives the Bees a chance to rest Gary Cater, send him back out there to kill their penalty, as he is the #1 penalty killing man. And then maybe it's a chance for St. Mike's coach to give Lindros a rest, to get him going. As you'll see him out there for the entire power play.
Now Glugosh, Grossi, and Lindros out there with Klee and McCauley. Face-off deep in the Sarnia zone. Wilson, Schelling, Rand, and Coleman killing off this penalty, which has 1:07 remaining.
Interesting note, Eric Lindros is 6'3", Rusty Coleman is 5'4".
Now Glugosh can't control the puck. Now Wilson has it. Let's see what he does with it. Now he's going to carry it out into the zone. He had Coleman down the left side. Now he leaves the puck as Klee coming back. St. Mike's back 3-on-2. In front to Lindros, and Walling makes the save there. Now Grossi into Lindros. 46 seconds left in the power play. Back to Grossi, back to McCauley now. Into Lindros, into the corner. Back to Grossi. McCauley. To Grossi. He's keeping him outside. Lindros can't get it. Wilson fires it around. Only to be picked off by Klee. Klee now, there's a shot deflected through by Grossi, and the save, and a St. Mike's penalty coming up. Grossi, and then nullify the power play.
Grossi will go off for a holding at 9:48.
Still has plenty of time to get back in this hockey game.
There's 22 seconds remaining on the penalty to Bees captain Craig Prudhomme, and then they go on the power play. And as Doug mentioned, a chance for them to narrow the gap and get back into this hockey game.
So now we have McNair out there, number 11, along with number 24, that's Brad Baxter. Along with Harlech and McCauley. Simons and Campbell up front for the Bees. Here comes Simons over the line. A shot right on. Libertucci makes the save. Picked off out by McNair. McNair, a pass intended for Baxter. John Jackson shooting it back into the St. Mike zone. Libertucci over to McCauley. McCauley now under 10 minutes remaining in regulation time. There's Simons. In front of Campbell. A shot. Score! There's the hat trick for Randy Campbell. And Terry, another power play goal for the Bees.
There you see Randy Campbell fire the puck into the empty net. A great play, folks, by Gary Simons. Just unbelievable. Here, Simons is with the puck. Finds Campbell. Campbell picks the center of the net as he had a yawning cage staring him in the face. We have a new hockey game. It's 5-4 for the Buzzards with 9:50 to go.
And plenty of time remaining to tie this game up. Great shooting into the Sarnia zone. Jackson's back there with Lugas. Now Rary. Stepanovich now fighting for along the board. Stepanovich over to Jackson. Jackson. Gives it up to Ian Rand. 5-4 for the St. Mike's Buzzards. Now Lugas in behind the net. Campbell now with the hat trick. And he takes this man out. That was Lugas. Goes back now to Klee. Up to, here comes Simons now off the leading pass looking for Campbell. And it's going to be icing.
Simon's trying to bank that pass up off the boards and get it ahead of Randy Campbell so he could avoid the two-line offside. But believe it or not, folks, if the Bees strike one more time, we could head into overtime for the first time these playoffs.
And sir, we talked about power play goals. That's 5 in a row by the two teams. 5 power play goals in a row.
I guess that tells us this series may be won by the specialty team.
Could be. That's 3 apiece tonight. Now Francois Michaud written out of the play by McGuire. The Bees coming back. Here goes Rusty Coleman down the right side. He's streaking. There's a shot. Oh, and a save by Libertucci as he took it off the top of the pad.
Libertucci didn't know where that was going to afterwards.
And Coleman showed a great burst of speed. Now the Bees trying to get that equalizer. Here's McGuire. He's tied up. Now Lindros coming back, and he's Rafful misses him and almost lands in the Bees bench. Now he's back the other way with Coleman. Rafful down the left side, trying to get by Law. He cuts in behind the net in front, and Libertucci has to hang on as Michaud was right there, and the pass did not materialize.
Danny Rafful trying to bring up the spirits of this club like fire down that left side. Here we got Francois Michaud going at it.
And McGuire, I believe, is it Terry?
Paul McGuire and Francois Michaud.
And the first sign of any rough stuff going on.
This is actually for the Bees the first sign of any real rough stuff
Exactly right.
dating back to game 1 against Waterloo.
That's the Bees style of the game.
Okay, sorry folks, we were about to go to our BA trivia, but got caught up in that little bit of a fisticuff between Michaud and McGuire. If you know who this B is, last chance, 336-6200 for a month TSN. Another clue, just in case you have yet to discover who it is, take a close look at that face. Looks pretty much the same today. He is a defenseman, again. That's another clue. He's a defenseman, and he's big. Now, if you don't know who it is, you're not a Bees fan. Yes, Doug Reynolds, you are absolutely right.
Now Schelling with a shot. Those the fighting majors. There's a pass in front. Threw him in the top of the slot, and he's taken out by Baxter. Here's goes back St. Mike. Ken Clee over the center ice area into the B zone. There's a shot. Oh, Wally with a tremendous glove save.
We're going to have to, oh, here we go. We may have a couple fisticuffs. We got Great here with Prudhomme and Adams behind his own net.
And Terry, this is, I started to say earlier, this is the B-style game. It's the fisticuffs, which they got away from against Waterloo, and now they're getting back into it. That's just the
Take St. Mike's off their game, because it's definitely not their game. But aside from that, we missed a great save by Brett Wallach, who tried to get that instant replay if possible. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get it. But just an outstanding save by Britt Wallach. Great to see for a guy who sat on the bench for most of these playoffs.
Here it comes, sir.
Oh, great glove save. As somebody famous would say, he pulled that out rapid-like fashion with that right hand.
He sure did. And he's been noted for that. We've seen that more than once during the regular season. Now Dexter in the center in the face-off circle with Simon. 8:22 left in regulation time. And the Bees down by 1. With Terry Doran, I'm Doug Reynolds bringing all the action of Game 1 of the Ontario Junior B semifinals from the Sarnia Arena. Now Kostopoulos being checked there by Rand. Rand picks it up to Campbell. Campbell, and he and Cleve run into each other at the St. Mike's blue line. Wilson follows up. Wilson, shot, and there's a save at the other end by Libertucci. And he hangs on.
We may have to get a look at that one.
Sure, what a save.
Libertucci equal to...
and we have more quickly going on.
Made by Walling just a minute ago. There, Kostopoulos takes a punch at Jamie Gabonovich from behind. Kostopoulos will head to the dressing room. If not, just to the box.
Well, what's the save?
Here's the shot by Wilson and a great glove save by Libertucci.
Now, let's see who's going to the box. There's Mike Holberg, and I believe it's going to be, Terry, you mentioned Kostopoulos. And he might be the only one. So the Bees with another shot at the power play.
That is the call by referee Mike Holberg. Kitsopoulos. Kitsopoulos for roughing at 12:02. A big opportunity now for the Bees on the power play to pull even.
There's their 8th chance, and they've connected 3 out of 7 so far. That's not a bad percentage.
Percentages would say then that the Bees are going to score this power play, but you never know.
That's what I'd say. We'll see. And St. Mike's has gone 50% on theirs tonight, 3 out of 6. So Simons now, Rand and Campbell, Stefanovic and Brad Wilson. Now Stefanovic over to Wilson. Wilson winds up, and Libertucci makes the save with guess who standing on the doorstep.
And got to give Libertucci full marks for that save, because not only did he make the save, he hung on to it, like you said, with Randy Campbell right on the doorstep. Campbell's got 3 tonight, and I don't know if I were St. Mike's, I don't think I'd want to give him any kind of opportunity.
Now McNair on this faceoff. We have McNair, Harlock, McCauley, and Grossi filling out this penalty for the St. Mike's Buzzards. Under 8 minutes left in regulation time. Now Simons just need to get wins the draw. No, he doesn't, but the puck is loose. And McCauley picked Wes McCauley, number 3, fires it around the boards, kept in by Jamie Devonovich. And Harlock knocked off at least knocked off balance, at least by Campbell. And Harlock and Campbell in there, and whistle down by Holberg.
No problem with forcing the face-off. The key thing is, though, the Bees have to win those draws, get the puck back to the point, set up on the power play, and work the puck for a great shot scoring opportunity. But not only do they have to work the puck, they have to make sure they get a few shots on net.
Now back to Stefanovic. Stefanovic down to the corner. Back to Simons. Simons and Stefanovic can't keep it in. Back comes Grossi now. Grossi and Scott McNair. And Grossi gets it into the Sarnia zone. He's upended by Wilson. Picks up the puck. Follows through. What an effort there by Grossi. Now Rand back the other way. Over to Wilson. Wilson down the right side for Rand. Loses control and is back into the Sarnia zone. Under 7 minutes left in regulation time. Jamie Devonovich now. He's checked here by Lacroix. Over to Simons. Now Simons a long lead pass for Rand, and it's not going to be icing, but that was all close. That was pretty close.
As soon as Simons made that play, the head was down. He knew he shouldn't have made it. Wish he had that puck back on his stick.
And a much more physical period this period than the first two have been. Now we have Lacroix, Lindros, Harlock, and McCauley filling out the last 59 seconds of this Bees power play. Gardner, Coleman, and Adams for the Bees. Now Wilson being checked back there by Lindros to Devonovich. Devonovich over back on the other side for Gardner. Gardner now over across back on this side for Devonovich. After Wilson trying to find some skating room, there's a pass up through the center to Coleman into Adams down the right side. And he loses control of the puck, regains it. Back into Gardner. Gardner now with 30 seconds left. Back to Wilson. Takes the shot, gets the pass across to Devonovich. A shot rattled off Lacroix. And here comes Lindros. He's got Wilson to beat, cruising right in. Shot a save there by Walling. And underneath him, I believe, there it is. And Lindros almost had his hat trick, and Walling carries down.
That's not somebody you want to let in all alone, especially short-handed. A chance to, again, put the game out of reach. But some great work by Brad Wilson trying to catch up to Lindros, laying the lumber on Lindros, and then a good save by Britt Walling, although Walling, as you can see, is paying the price. Here it is. Good lumber there by Wilson, and Walling falls down and blocks the shot.
But what great Lindros showed there to get by Wilson. Walling seems to be okay. There he is, taking off the cobweb. 21 seconds remaining in the power play chance for the Bees. We have Rary, Glugosh, Great, and number 4 out there is Klee for the St. Mike's Buzzards. Rand, Campbell, and Simons. Back to Klee now, and 2 Bees fall down with Rary. Klee into the center of the ice. Good save there by Walling. And Simons is slow to get up. There's a shot. Blue guys intercepts that pass from Schelling, rather. Now Simons into the corner. Being chased back there by Rary. And looking for a face-off, and they get it, and the penalty has expired.
Simons was hurt there, got up, and didn't seem to know where he really was. He was just skating around in a circle, and as you can see, I'm not sure he knows where he is right now.
5:58 left in regulation time, and I'm not sure whether Gary's going to come off or not. Nope. He's going to skate around the circle there. Now he decides to come. He will come off, and Cater comes on. He might have got a stick in that fault area in the midsection. Not really sure.
Very likely.
Now Cater on this face-off with Lugas. Lugas, Rogers, and Rary out there for the St. Mike's Buzzers. Lee and Brait on the defense. Campbell, Cater, and Rand. Schelling and Dixon. Now Schelling. Cross behind the net. Now Rogers gives Dixon a push, and Dixon's going off on a retaliation. And not the kind of penalty. He missed the original call. Terry, 90% of the time, retaliation will be the one that's called.
One unhappy man is Rob Menzies, the coach of the Bees. Dixon goes to the box for slashing.
And Rob, as you say, Terry is not very happy. So the face-off being in the exact same spot. Now Lindros, Grossi, Glugas, Klee, and McCauley, the power play unit for the St. Michael's Buzzers. Cater and Rand, the forwards for Bees. Now goes back to Klee. Into the corner for Glugas. Here's Glugas. Back to Ken Klee. And it's intercepted by Cater, and down the left side he comes. He'll just shoot it the rest of the way, and he's knocked off his feet. River Ducey plays it. Fans calling for a penalty there. Didn't materialize. Now McCauley leading it for the big 6'3" center, Lindros. Into the center right there. He wheels into the B zone. Tries to get by Wilson. Lindros. Still has he. He's middle of the play. Campbell has it. Cater has it. Shooting down the ice. It goes right on the net. Ken Klee will probably stop behind the net. Let's see. Yes, he does. Coming up to the center ice. Over the line. He'll just dump it in. Grossi, but it's offside.
Good call by the linesman as Grossi was just ahead of play. Face-off comes outside the B zone. Just over a minute left on that St. Mike's power play with Dixon in the sin bin for slashing.
The sixth opportunity for St. Mike's. We have Grossi now still out there. And he'll take residence on the left side. Dexter moves into center ice with McNair on the right side. Now McNair into the corner. Goes back to Harlech. Harlech now over to McCauley into Grossi. Grossi shot wide. Now McCauley. McCauley getting it in for McNair. Close quarters in the corner down there. Stefanovic takes a swipe at it. He'll get a second crack at it. Down the ice it goes. And a good
penalty coming up to St. Mike's.
And slashing. Oh, tipping will be the call. And that'll nullify another power play.
Tino Grossi for tripping. Grossi for stripping at 15:27. The Bees will be able to go on the power play for a minute and 11 seconds as soon as the Dixon penalty expires.
4:33 left in regulation time. Face-off to the St. Michael's side of center ice between number 9, Rusty Coleman, and number 11 from St. Mike's, Scott McNair. Into the B zone, the St. Michael's zone. Now Harlech. Can't get it out. Back to Stefanovic. Stefanovic now. That rattled off. Brait goes back into the corner for Harlech. Harlech tries to get it across to Lacroix. Kept in by Schelling. Schelling. There's a shot. That's rattled wide. Now Stefanovic moving up. That rattled off Harlech's skate. Over on the other side for Lacroix. Lacroix will turn back the other way. Rick Lacroix up to Dave Harlech. Harlech now over the line. There's a shot. Walling the save. Scott McNair. That rattled off the post. And I think it went off the skate of McNair. Now Coleman down the right side, being tied up by Harlech. No penalty call. The fans looking for one. holding. It should have been, I thought, but nevertheless not called. Now Coleman. And the Bees are going to power play now. There's a pass in front to Stefanovic, who's in tight. And he was tied up there by Lacroix. Now Stefanovic takes this man out of Carlin. Fighting for it. Jamie's in deep. Takes Lacroix down, and the fans appreciate that.
Great effort by both Jamie Stefanovic, but in particularly Rusty Coleman. It's got to be awfully frustrating when you're a little guy and they continue to haul you down and the ref doesn't throw up the right arm. But Rusty continues to fight.
Now the Bees on the power play for a minute and 4 seconds. Let's see who they send out. They have Simon, Campbell, Rand, Schelling, and Wilson, the unit they've had out all night here on the power play.
I don't think we even had to say, let's see, I think we knew who they were going to have out there, especially Ian Rand and Randy Campbell.
Now Wilson takes his man down. That was Baxter. Tries to get it across, and Baxter intercepts. Baxter and Lindros out there for St. Mike. Baxter trying to move right in into the corner. Baxter now trying to get out front for Lindros. Now here come the Bees back. Ian Rand with Campbell cruising down left side. Who passes to Campbell? That just failed to materialize. Now Campbell takes his man off the puck. Rand tries to squeak it in the corner. Campbell in behind the net. This line's been very effective all night. Not just on the power play, especially full strength. Now Simon's out there. Simon over on the other side for Rand. Rand back to Wilson. Wilson winds up with a shot wide. Dixon scoops it back into the corner. Campbell now. Campbell, 18 seconds left in the power play. Simon stands on this. Pass the puck across. He goes for the flying. Now Wilson being checked by Lindros. Keeps control of the puck. Over on the other side. Dixon keep it in. Yes, he can. Good hustle there, but Baxter. And he can't get it out as Dixon lost his stick and finally comes back. Lindros. And the penalty has expired. Lindros now in all alone on Walling. A shot. And he's stick checked there by Walling. Now Dixon tries to take Lindros out. Now Grossi picks it up. Grossi. And the Bees now back, the Bees, I should say, back at full strength. Lacroix out there. 26 in front to Grossi, and that just rattles through the goal crease. Now the Bees coming back. Randy Campbell coming down the right side. There's a shot. And Grossi. Galata took a crazy hop in front, and Liberducci lost sight of that one. Now Glugas back one-on-one in the bottom. There's a shot. Walling a save. Campbell takes his man out. Under 2 minutes left in regulation time. Randy Campbell, Craig Prudhomme now. Prudhomme. Schelling follows up. Schelling. There's a weak shot. And Liberducci covers up.
Prudhomme almost was sent in there all alone. However, he was able to control the puck off the pass.
Our eye on Britt Walling as the play rolls down. 5-4. Face-off will be to the right of Angelo Liberducci. McNair and Gardner on this face-off. So the Bees are taking a timeout.
Good move by the Bees with minute 42 left to go in regulation. Gives Rob Menzies a chance to talk to his key players, make sure they know what they're doing when they finish off this game.
And Terry, we just got scored from Niagara Falls. It was Barrie losing to Niagara Falls. The game won 7-4. I think that was the final score. 7-4 for the Canucks. They're right back in it again. Yeah, wave to the audience. There we are, fans. There's a little gondola up here in the Sarnia Ranson. So the timeout has expired. Now we have Scott McNair, Richard Rary, Wes McCauley, Eric Lindros, and Ken Klee out there for St. Mike. Danny Gardner, Craig Prudhomme, Rich Schelling, Kerry Adams, Jamie Stefanovic, and Walling is still in the Bees net. We'll watch for him. Very important face-off here, and it wasn't done fairly, so we'll do it again. Now Gardner coming in again with Scott McNair. And again, McNair is a little anxious. Finally getting the draw is Rary. Now Rary down the left side. Shooting it into the B zone. Walling's going to have to play it. It's going to be icing instead, and we'll have the face-off right back in the same spot.
Got a question that call by the linesman. That's a call that usually they let go during the game. Rary just on his side of center ice fires the puck in. Usually they give yourself a foot or two, give you the benefit, but not that time.
You just saw a look at the team's captain, Scott McNair. There's Danny Gardner. There's a shot right on, and Libertucci makes the save there.
Libertucci makes the save, and nobody there to pounce on the rebound.
So they got the face-off still where they want it, deep in the St. Mike zone. Gardner, Adams, and Pruitt on the forward line. McNair, Lindros, and Reary here for St. Mike. Now Schelling. There's a pat right in front, and Adams couldn't quite handle it as it was caught in his skates. Now Defonovich keeping it in. Gardner across to Prudhomme, and that's off his stick. Now can Schelling keep it in? Yes, he can. Good hustle there. Dumps it back into the corner, and it goes into the crowd. And it bounces back out. A minute 12 left, huh?
Lindros and Schelling eyeing each other, wrestling on the ice there for a little while. Time ticking away for the Bees tonight. Down one. As Doug mentioned, just over a minute to go in regulation.
And faceoff still deep in the St. Mike zone. Walling will probably play halfway. He's being signaled now by Menzies. Probably just see that there in the left portion of your screen.
And it's likely that Rand, Simons, and Campbell will probably finish this regulation game.
As Walling, as you can see, was playing halfway between his goal and the blue line. Down to a minute 10 now as Rary finds an opening and gets it down the ice. Being chased there by McNair. McNair into the Sarnia zone, but he falls down. McCauley now getting it back in. Walling makes the save, but it was offside.
As you heard it, last minute to go.
And they bring the face off. Sorry, Terry, outside the Bees line.
Brett Walling has played very well for the Bees after coming in and replacing Greg Stock with the score 4-1 for St. Mike. He's only allowed the one goal. That's to Lindros. Made several big saves.
And Terry Turner ready to drop that puck in between Simons and Lugosh. Now Campbell turning back, gives it to Defonovich. Defonovich now, the Bees want to get that puck into the St. Mike zone. Here comes Walling under the net. Fires it around the other side. Rand is knocked down by Rary. Defonovich pinching in, can't keep it in. And it comes down, and Rusty Coleman now. 6 attackers now for the Bees as Coleman came over the ice. Over the boards, onto the ice, that is. Now, there's a pass for Rand, and that pass just missed. And Simon looking for a face-off, and they get it deep in the St. Michael zone.
With just 29 seconds to go.
St. Mike's Buzzers 5, Sarnia Ranson Bees 4. And there you see the empty cage at the other end of the rink.
The extra attacker out there for the Bees in replace of Britt Walling, of course, Rusty Coleman. Rusty would love nothing more to be able to put one in here, even if he could take all 41 back that he scored in the regular season.
Right. Well, that goal at the end of the period by Lindros seems to be a big one right now. That gave him a 2-goal lead.
They did that twice. They did it in the first period and at the end of the second.
It's been a fairly even game since the first period. The Bees are down 3-1. And since then, they played St. Mike even.
Two evenly matched teams. It should be a good series, and hopefully we'll see a lot of hockey and some good hockey like we saw tonight.
Look out, Campbell and Coleman in there in a scrum as they didn't do the face-off fairly, so we'll do it again, and Rand comes to the aid of Rusty Coleman. St. Mike calling for a face-off to the outside, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. Now Ian Rand loses control, and Ken Clee turning in his own zone. Fires it not out. He's keeping it in down to 19 seconds. Now comes out Brad Wilson now. Wilson, he'll turn in his own in the center ice area. Back to Ian Rand. Into Wilson, and now the Bees only have 8 seconds left. And they're going to have to steal 2 games down in Toronto, but they can do it. And that's it. Game 1 goes to the St. Mike's Buzzers by a score of 5-4. And a very entertaining hockey game. The Bees, as we mentioned, played St. Mike's even from the first period on. They gave up 3 goals in the first period. Look on the final shot. So Bees outshot that period. St. Mike's had 13, Sarnia 12. Over the 60 minutes of hockey, Sarnia 38 shots, and the St. Mike's Buzzers 35. Check that, that's 25. Only 1 goal in that period on the power play. Randy Campbell from Simons and Jackson at 10-10. So game 1 goes to the St. Mike's Buzzers. Your final score, St. Mike's 5, the Sarnia Ranson Bees 1. Buzzers lead the series 1-0. And after this brief timeout, the post-game show with Terry Dorn.
Community TV6 coverage of the Sarnia Ranson Bees hockey games is being made possible through funding by Ranson Industrial and Safety Supply Limited, 1166 Michener Road, Sarnia.
Thanks a lot, Doug. The 3 stars tonight, the number 3 star Steve Blugosh of the St. Michael's Buzzers, the number 2 star Eric Lindros with 2 goals, also of St. Mike's, but the number 1 star, the Sarnia Ranson Bees, number 18, Randy Campbell, 3 goals tonight, Randy. Only 4 for your team. Great night for yourself, but the scoring, you have to spread the scoring out.
Yeah, I got lucky on my goals. I just was at the right place at the right time, and we just got to go and try out harder next time and make sure everybody scores, not just one person. So.
Seeing that 2 goals killed you this game.
Yeah, late in the first and late in the second, that really hurt us. But that's where it goes. We just got to play a little bit of discipline, so just can't let them get to us.
Talking to you just prior to this interview, your comments on St. Mike's, you don't seem too worried about the fact that they have the home ice advantage and have squeaked one out here away on the road.
No, not at all. No, you know, I don't think they're not as good as us. I really don't. You know, their ice surface is the same size as ours. You know, we just got to go down there like we did in Waterloo. Got to go down there and make up our mind that we're going to win, and that's it. And go down and win.
Do you think they're at all better than Waterloo?
No, I don't think they're good at it. I don't think they're better than Waterloo at all. I don't think so.
You were also saying that you thought pretty much their whole team was number 8.
Yeah, number 8. I was looking on the little program they had, and he had 30 goals or something in 109 penalty minutes. You know, he's a total hockey player. That guy. He's a hockey player.
Greg Stock pulled with the score 4-1. Britt Wallen came in and played great.
Yeah, well, Greg just had a bad. Got let him have 1 bad night anyway, so I think Brett came in and played excellent.
Well, congratulations for a good game on your behalf, and hopefully you can keep it up, and maybe the rest of the team can catch up to you for Game 2 and the rest of the series.
Yeah, hopefully.
The 3 stars again for tonight's game. The number 3 star, Steve Blugosh of the Buzzers. Number 2 star, Eric Lindros with 2 goals, leading the way for St. Mike's. And the number 1 star leading the way for the Sarnia Bees, number 18, Randy Campbell. Again, the final score, the St. Michael's Buzzers 5, the Sarnia Ranson Bees 4. On behalf of Doug Reynolds, I'm Terry Doran saying good night.
Community TV6 coverage of the Sarnia Ranson Bees hockey games is being made possible through funding by Ranson Industrial and Safety Supply Limited, 1166 Michener Road, Sarnia.